The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Why is it that World Bank cannot allow us to be? We said enough. Their customers are those in a democratic elected. They will even be on waiting list. And World Bank will have to do this, do that for months before finally they'll give them the money that in return our resources will go out for free. But they still left their customers that are on waiting list. Some of them to go to France, Germany, and then the United Kingdom that are suffering. Their economy isn't doing well to help them. They left them and they are in Burkina Faso. Osmani Diagana, the World Bank Regional Vice President for Western and Central Africa, visited Benin, Burkina Faso. 3rd October, today is for Niger, and probably they'll go to Chad as well. When he got there, the vice president praised the good works of our all in all, the savior, the protector, the unifier, the messiah, the king of kings, the most loved, Captain Ibrahim Traore. See, these people know what these our leaders are doing. After praising him, they now said loan. They want to help him with more money so that he can do more for the people in Burkina Faso. Social media is welling because African youth are reacting with excitement that Captain Ibrahim Traore turned down the offer from World Bank. We know that World Bank isn't helping us in any way. It is a trap for African leaders. And sometimes our leaders, even if they don't go there first, it is a must if you are an African leader to always go for these loans from World Bank, because this is how the West, they are surviving. So the more we go for the loan, they give us conditions that will keep us in bondage, that cannot help us grow. We've seen what happened before the Gen Zs in Kenya took to the street.
Guys, World Bank sent representatives to Burkina Faso. Let me teach you. World Bank sent representatives to Burkina Faso to ask Ibrahim Traore, the Burkina Faso president, if there is any way World Bank can be of help to Burkina Faso by giving them loan. You know the mission of World Bank and IMF here in Africa, not to help African countries, but to imprison and pin African countries down, like they are doing to Nigeria, giving Nigerian government loan upon loan. Now, when the money comes, leaders will share the money among themselves. IMF and World Bank will ask those leaders to impose taxes upon the citizens, like Tinubu is doing to Nigerians. Now the citizens will be paying for the loan IMF, World Bank gave to that particular country. More suffering, hardship will be upon the citizens. World Bank sent representatives to Burkina Faso asking Ibrahim Traore if there is any way there can be of help to Burkina Faso by giving them loan. You know, Ibrahim Traore have not been taking loan from IMF or World Bank since he became the president of Burkina Faso. Not even once. He said previously he don't want to collect any loan from IMF, from World Bank, from China, because Burkina Faso have every natural resources to make their country work. But here in Nigeria, our leaders don't care. They keep borrowing, sharing. But in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore said no. So World Bank sent those people. As you can see in this picture, they told Ibrahim Traore they want to give Burkina Faso loan. But Ibrahim Traore told them no. He don't want their loan. You know, when they can't fight you anymore, they will try to befriend you. This is what they are doing to Ibrahim Traore right now. But Ibrahim Traore is a wise man. So guys, as you can see, this is what is happening in Burkina Faso right now.
To the point that they were asking them to tax phones, tax bread, tax pad. You saw all the unnecessary finance bill that was passed in Kenya. And it's not only in Kenya, it's happening here. Because they will make sure that life become unbearable for us or our citizens. So the money is never there to help us in any way. It is there to put us in bondage. So the more we are suffering that we cannot pay the loan, they come into the continent to be carrying the resources away. Our all in alls made it clear to them that Africa, we have everything that we can use to develop ourselves. We don't need to go and be taking loan from people. And at the end of the day, these are leaders. When they go for this loan, we know what they use the money for. They share it among themselves because the money was never meant for any developmental projects. So they make sure they let our leaders use this money to be doing things that will not help us. Like other people went and they secured the loan and they came and they threw party in a country called G. When this money was meant for development, the people were suffering. And that was when even goods and services went high. This is what they want our leaders to be doing to us. So their money will never be used for anything beneficial. So they tell them with conditions, sectors that they know wouldn't bring any production is where they ask our leaders to invest this money in. And at the end of the day, what they even invest in is just a peanut that they'll use. The rest, they share it among themselves. So Captain Ibrahim Traore has been warning our leaders to stop going for this loan from IMF and World Bank, because these are the things that are crippling the African. We have everything that we can use to develop ourselves. Why will we give the resources to people for peanuts? So it is time for us to understand the systems of these people. Like Dr. Rikana said, these things are never there for us. They are not there for us. These institutions are not there for the African, but they are created to extort from Africa. But majority of us do not understand things this way, and we think that the moment our leaders say we are going for IMF bailout, we are all excited, thinking that when the money comes, it's going to help us in any way. For how many years haven't we been to IMF for bailout? And still we are not seeing anything. So we keep going to Japan, like the recent summit, they went to Japan for money, loan. Anywhere they go and be begging. They will finish saying we are not beggars, yet the loan you are taking from them, are you not begging? You can sell the resources in Africa to get everything that you want, but the leaders, because they are there to serve the interests of their masters, they have to always do the bid, because you must go for the loan. That is how come they get access to the resources in Africa. But Captain Ibrahim Traore and Simi Goita Abdulrahmani Channel are too generous. Show us the way that the African can do without going for any loan from anybody. And they are developing, they are shocked. Even those in the democratic elected countries that claim that we can never do anything because the money that was there wasn't enough, we have seen that World Bank came and World Bank is praising them for all the good things that they are doing there. Because they are doing that without going to anybody for any help. How can we have resources yet we'll be going around begging? It doesn't make sense. So the way to freedom is not through democratic systems, because the democratic elected ones will never give us the freedom we are looking for. We need dictators. Like the woman in EU Parliament said, we need to rebel for the freedom we are looking for. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.